Hello, it's Jackie here and welcome to my YouTube video. If you don't know me, my name is Jackie Lawrence and I am a demo in the UK and I'm looking forward to crafting with you today. Unfortunately, I can't go live, which is why I'm doing a recorded video, but please do still comment below as I love to see your comments and I can answer any questions that you may have. Loving Sandra's video and her lovely technique. I can't wait to try that again. It's something that I have done, but as it always is, that you sort of lose touch with those sort of techniques, and then somebody shows you and you think, oh my gosh, yes, I did used to do that. So my technique is something maybe new to you, or maybe you have been making. But anyway, I'm going to put you down onto the desk and I can get crafting. So the card that I'm going to be making today is from the Floral Delight suite, and you'll find that in the January to April mini catalogue. Absolutely love this set, and I'm pleased to say that having had a sneak preview at the new annual catalogue, this set is carrying over. Unfortunately, the papers are not, but you'll be able to still purchase those and while stocks last, or until the end of April. Okay, so they're absolutely gorgeous. So this is the stamp set, sort of a bit more in depth. So we've got two-step stamping, lovely sentiments, and some lovely dies in there. Okay. So this is the card I'm going to be making, and this is called a fault line card. I absolutely love this way that it is distressed and quite simple to do. So loving this, and yeah, it seems to be all the rage at the moment, which is why I thought I would show you how to make it. So I'm going to put that to one side. So I'm going to take a piece of pool party card. Now this measures 10.5 by 24 centimetres, and I've scored it at 14.85 centimetres. So you'll find that the front of the base card is shorter than the rest. Then you'll need a piece of basic white card, which measures 8.5 by 8 centimetres. And you're just going to lay that on top of your front flap. And then just make sure you've got a small border there. And then you're just going to tear, trying to keep that in place, and just tear down like so. Oops. Okay. And then what will happen is we'll need to glue that white piece underneath, and don't worry about that will all get curled up. Okay, so I'm just going to put that where I think that should go, and then I'm just going to get some Tombow, and I just want to squirt this at the top. You don't want it going near the edge of your card, because you are going to roll that up. Okay, so that's like that, and if I turn it over it looks a bit messy on the back, but don't worry, because we are going to cover that. And then this piece will fit like that at the bottom. So I'm just going to again put a bit of Tombow at the bottom and that bottom edge, then we can just line that up like that. So we can still sort of move that back, and the same there. Okay, so then that will fit like that. Next you'll need is some DSP, and this is really lovely pretty paper, and this measures 10.5 by 11.5. So if we put that down where we'd like it, okay, then I'm just going to run a little bit of Tombow at the bottom. And then I'm going to line the bottom of this up to the bottom edge of our card, like so. And just make sure that that is all lines up. And then we can add some Tombow along here. Again, I'm just doing at the top. Just try and get some of that glue out. There we go. And then just press down on that, and then that's all attached. Then I've got a piece of pool party card again, and that measures 10.5 by 14.8. And then you're just going to open this up. Look at that lovely paper on the back there. Perhaps I should have used that side. And then that will glue in there. And I'm just making sure that I don't need to trim that. And I think I just need to take a whisper off of there, because you don't want anything overhanging. So just bringing in my little guillotine. So I'm just taking a thread off there. Okay. And then that will be glued, covering all that up. So again, taking your Tombow. You could also use your tape on this as well. But obviously with the distress card at the front, you don't want to be gluing that at all. Otherwise you're not going to be able to maneuver that up. So just making sure that all those edges are covered. There's a little bit of a overhang with my paper, but I can go in and trim that, no problem at all. Okay, and that is your base card made. So as I say, it is really simple. So I'm going to use, if I can find it, I wondered where my other tool had gone. Right, I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. Now, I have got several of these. These are my favourite tools, and those people that have seen me craft before know I've got an obsession. So this one, I think it's normally in my tote that I take away with me. And that's just got the putty end and the pokey tool, because that's the one I use most of the time. Then this one, you've got the craft knife, and then you've got different sizes of tools there to help with your die cuts, getting little pieces out, or if you want to poke holes in anything. So that's that one. And then I've got this one. This is one I call my die cutting machine tool. So I've got the brush attachment there, and then I've got the pokey one there, and I'm going to use the spatula. I have got my other tool, which I normally keep on my desk, and that has got my ball tool on the end, and I was going to use that, but Doesn't matter, I can use this actually. I need to put that back in here, don't I? So you're just taking that and folding it back, giving that distressed look. Absolutely loving this. Okay, and then with the blue card as well. So just folding that over. Okay. And then doing the same the other side. Don't forget, with the event, we do like to see any projects that you've made using the techniques that we're showing you. So do please post any of the cards or techniques that you've learnt over this weekend, and so that we can see what you've created. This is all about sharing, you know, your love of crafts. Okay. This border is probably a little bit too wide. If I'd have sort of gone back again, I'd probably make my white a little bit thinner. But it doesn't matter. Every card is going to be different. And you just keep rolling it as much as you want. I mean, if I had my ball tool, I could roll that back a little bit more. If you used our two-tone card, that would look nice, because then, you know, you've got the different shades of, you know, contrast of colour. But I mean, as I say, I mean, I think that looks great. Okay, so that is the actual base card done. So I'll just put that to one side. So my insert is basic white, and that measures 14.4 by 10 centimetres. Take that off. And then I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. So I've got the flowers. Oops. So we've got flowers there. I've got leaves. Okay. Let's just move that down a bit. So the colours that I'm using, I do apologise for the state of my ink pads. I've got Daffodil Delight, Old Olive and Pecan Pie. So I'm going to do my light shade first. So if I've got a piece of card, this is just a bit of scrap that I've got. I'm just going to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp just here. So I'm just slightly off the card, and then I'm going to go in directly with the darker colour. This is possibly not the best stamp block I should be using. And then you're just hovering over until you think that you're in the right place. Then stamp down. And then you've got that gorgeous two-step stamp in there. You could also use a paler shade of yellow, so you could use your lemon lolly if you wanted to, and then go over with your daffodil. And then I'm going to just use the leaves now. I've got make sure that I do this the right way round. And then again, because you can see through there, you can just sort of hover around. Just put a bit more on there. And then go down. Okay. And then you've got some leaves on there as well. So that can then be glued into your, oh, get the right card. Like so. And then that can be glued in there. Then I've got some spare basic white card, and I am going to stamp Wishing, and I'm going to do that in Pecan Pie. And then no, what did I do that in? Oh no, the Old Olive. I'm going to stamp one of the smaller designs, and that is You Have a Happy Birthday. Like so. And then I'm going to get my die cutting machine, and I'm going to let me just get the dies to show you. So I've got the outline for Wishing there, and then I've got the banner die there, and I'm going to run that through my trusty mini die cutting machine, but you don't want to see me do that, so I'll be back in a moment. So there is my two sentiments that have been die cut out. So again, using a bit of Tombow, I'm just going to squirt that on, oops, without dropping it. And then just on there. Make sure I've got it up the right way. And then I'm just going to put that down like so. And then I just need to get some dimensionals. Right, so that's just got these mini glue dots on the back. So I'm just using my pokey tool just to pick those up. Like so. And then I can go along and take all the backings off as well. And then I'm going to put that just hovering over that swirl of the G and underneath the S. Oops, I missed taking that one off. Like that. And then I just need to get some mini glue dots, and I'm going to, I'll bring in the tiny bead trinkets. These are really sweet. Okay. And I've used 3, but what I have done, oops, that's come off. I've used the mini glue dots, so I just need to put one on one of these. That's it. Let's just put that on there. And then these can be placed wherever you like on your card. There you go. And that is your card finished there. I do hope you like this technique. I just want to show you 2 other ones that I've done. This is another one using the same papers and same colours. And on here I've used the brassed butterflies, and I've die cut the flowers again from the Floral Delight stamp set. And then the Happy Birthday comes from Unbounded Love, which is a lovely lovely sentiment set. And then I did this one. This was the first one I did, and this is using Be My Valentine, which I'm really pleased to say is carrying over along with the punch. And this is with the Cute as Can Be papers, which you can find online, as with the two-tone cardstock, which I've used there. I can't remember if I left that one blank. But as you can see, the world is your oyster with these. Now, as you can see, I have actually done this as recorded video instead of a live. That's because my Wi-Fi is just not stable enough to cope with lives. So please do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also please do write a comment on the GIST, the Global Inspiration Stamp Team comments underneath this video. I'd love to see what you think, and obviously I will respond to you as and when I can. If you place an order with the demonstrator that invited you to this event, they will be posting a hostess code on their Facebook page, and you'll receive a PDF with all the photos, links to the videos and to the YouTube videos, because Facebook have brought in something new where the videos will only last 30 days. So we will be transferring these over to YouTube, and the links and the measurements and everything will be on that PDF. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope I've inspired you, and do enjoy the rest of the event. Anyway, take care, and I look forward to crafting with you again soon. Bye.